So and things which are not in our control are how will the parents react, will they accept or not, what concerns do they raise, say language or different cultures.
So the things basically which are in our control, we it was basically we didn't want to give them any chance. uh, what they can question, for example, if they question about the language, we wanted to make sure that we are thorough with the language. If they ask about the questions regarding financial stability, we didn't want to give any chance which was in our control. So basically, if you take about the language, we had a plan. Okay, you are going to learn. See, he was in Maharashtra from last 12 years or so, so he understand pretty much like basic Marathi, so he understands.
Yeah.
So that was not an issue. The issue was that at my side, because Telugu was a completely new language for me. And
And my parents doesn't know other than Telugu. They understand a bit English, but they don't know Hindi also. And
yeah,
so
like my Mavaya understands Hindi little bit, but it's
mm,
not still not that fluent. And
yeah.
they understand English, but they again, we cannot always keep on talking in English, right? There should
Mm,
be some language. And one of our follower actually asked us that uh, if there is no common language, how you express the feelings, because sometimes particular feelings are expressed in those particular language only. And even we thought that if I have to bond with my in-laws, I have to learn the language, at least basic one, at least greetings, and some basic.
so
Always there. So the language part we'll take it up later. Coming back to how we convince. So this was one thing. Language is something which we took care of because it was in our control.
mm. So coming to the financial stability, before we talk to our parents and before I ask our father about the marriage and all, I want to make sure that I'm capable enough to handle the situation after marriage and everything. So I did my like parallelly I was doing my I did my upskilling, and then I shifted to data science as well. That really helped me before I talked to her parents. I shifted to IT side, right? So that really helped us. And yeah, we started investing independent before even before we talked to our parents. We had a plan of doing some starting some investments
Investments and all. He
investments and
made
all.
sure that he has a house. You know what happens is, to be practical, not to sugarcoat anything. If he comes to my house and asks my father about, I want to marry your daughter, the first thing that will come to a parent's mind is, does he have his own house? Is he working well? Is his package okay? These are normal questions which are definitely
And,
parents are going to ask.
and
And you have to always think from
their side
parents
as well.
lenses
Yes.
as well,
Yes.
because you cannot say, "Oh, come on, yeah, they love us and that's why they are worried about so much, how we will manage." And also we were really thinking from their lenses, like everything. And he made sure that he has his own house before coming to my parents place. He made sure that everything has been taken care of. uh, yeah.
So now the main twist comes. So now we were both in the same company, but as per our company policy, we are not we cannot marry if you're in the same company. So
Yeah,
we
so either I have to move out or he
have
has
to
to
move
move
out.
out.
But at the same time, I was planning to switch to other company because it's been some while some time in the same company, and I had gained some experience in data science field as well. So it was the right moment for me to make a career shift, and that really happened in a really good company and with a really good package. So
Yeah, so
the
good package plus a good different company. So that actually made our finances better.
finances
So
and
we
yeah.
had only, I guess, 2 or 3 months. I remember Venkat studying and studying and studying to, get that job switch. He going through the interview cycle again. And, that's what you do. You plan, you action, you take an action towards it, and then you execute.
uh, and also Aishwarya also did a career move, so
Hmm.
which she also shifted from
I was into sales
uh,
and
proposals
proposals and all, and then I moved to
to
product
product
management
management,
again into IT. So
IT side.
that was a shift. Everything was happening. So many things were happening in our life that time. There was a new jobs that we had. There were families to handle. There were.
The both the career shifts which Aishwarya took and then I took, that really helped in the house which I bought. Even Aishwarya had purchased a house at the same time similarly.
So we
So
both purchased house for both of us. We were
uh,
like independently. We were financially at a good place, and that gave us a confidence to even put forward that word to our parents also. Like for me, it was easy to say the guy is good, I know him, he's financially stable, he already knows the language and all. So it was easier for me to convince my parents because this was taken care of 1-2 years prior only, you
Hmm.
can say.
We were prepared before we went, and
We were really prepared. And
we were
also,
prepared.
now when you come to cultures and all, as you guys are now on our page, you have some or the other thinking in mind that why you guys are following us, because you are learning something new. Even I was in your place. Apparently there were no more Instagram channels or anything that was teaching us something, but I had few common friends who helped me know that what are the major festivals that you have. Even he made me understood that these are the festivals which are important, these are the rituals that are important. So beforehand I knew some or the other things, what are important. So yeah, that is one thing, so that I myself learned, you can say.
Hmm. So I remember we were discussing about how the marriage happens from the beginning to end, how the Telugu marriage happens, what happens in each and every step. Even the Marathi, if the things which I don't know, I asked my mom, and then even before telling our parents, we were discussing all these things. I was asking my mom, and then I was asking my friends. I attended my friend's wedding, and then I observed like what happens from the beginning to end. And similarly, she also attended one of her Telugu friends' wedding, so she
Hmm.
also observed.
So I came to know about the Jilakara ritual from that wedding only. That
Mm,
how it is so important and how it should be on time.
mm,
So all these small things we knew about each other before, and this is not an effort when you really are in love with the person first of all, and also when you know that this person can vouch for you whenever you want. So it is not an effort at that time, I think. So yeah, so when so that day came, and he already told his parents also that he is going to meet my dad. And I was super uh,
uh,
terrified, because this was the first time I told my dad about something, and then there is a guy who is going to meet him. And I guess it was also my like my mom, dad and my brother was like, आज तो full interview today तो full interview होने वाला है, and my dad was in that interview mode only. He met
so
and he started asking questions to him.
on the day he was sitting right in front of me, and then so he asked some basic questions like so what is your name and all these things. So पूछा क्या अंकल ने याद नहीं आता.
uh,
Uh, and what does mom dad do, how where are they, how are they.
Now you have to take one thing here. My dad already had this in mind that this guy, only based upon that I know him, he doesn't know any background of his or who his parents are, no common connections or anything, completely new stranger for my dad who is sitting in front of him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I should say thank you. I mean, he agreed to meet. So even after going there, he was calm, and then we were sitting in front of each other, and then his brother was also sitting there. So he started asking questions like,
What happened is he started asking him basic questions like, where are you from and where do you stay. Then he also started, "Arey, I have a friend in that city,"
hmm,
to
hmm,
just say that, okay, I know everything, even if you're going to lie, I am going to catch. So that, obviously it's basic parents nature that they will do. Then he's like, I have a friend in Vijayawada.
hmm,
He was in something like that, my father told. And then what happened is he was like, trying to understand like what is his qualifications and all.
man.
And that moment came when Venkat said, I completed my graduation from VNIT. Luckily, one of my brother, who my dad actually adores, is also a pass out from
Same
VNIT.
college, yeah.
So and he is like very much like, Arey, my that particular brother, the sincere brothers you have in the most successful ones. So my dad was like, Arey, he's also from VNIT. मतलब मेरा दामाद भी मेरा
Oh, I
दामाद
say
भी एकदम
I say नहीं,
सक्सेसफुल
he
होगा.
not say that then.
He
Uh,
did not say that, but I understood by his his tone that he's super proud that, okay, at
so
least he's a good college graduate and all.
then came the actual questions like, so did you tell your parents? Did they agree? And So how will you handle the language situation you have?
To so before going to parents also, the main question he asked is, she is very short tempered, so how
Hmm.
are you going to handle if you guys get into a fight?
Hmm.
So very strategic questions he was asking. Then what is the best thing you like about
You like
her?
about her.
These kind of things. So he was just trying to understand like what is
Even
his views about
even
me.
uncle asked her to sit in the same area, and then he was asking questions to her as well.
हाँ, he was
So
asking questions to me also कि ऐसे कैसे होगा, ये
hmm,
कैसे होगा and all that thing, and I think it went well. And
hmm,
then he started asking about when are you planning, what kind of marriage you want. And this guy over here said that he wanted temple marriage, to
uh.
which my brother just laughed out. He's like, bro, that is not gonna happen over here. It's going to be a big fat Indian wedding. And so even though he was asking all these questions, I was not sure whether he's convinced or not. And
So
because he had a blank expressions at that time also, and he's like, okay, okay, like
hmm.
that, huh, and that was going on. And
And
these were the questions, I guess.
yeah, one major thing was language. How will you handle language situation? And the other one was different cultures and.
So I guess that's it.
Hmm,
The basic questions the parents are going to ask, and obviously these are the things they will ask you because they are really worried. And when it comes to intercaste and interstate, there is a huge commitment from. So he was checking actually how committed we are to each other,
hmm,
and I think we were prepared with all the answers. But after that, so everything happened. Venkat went home,
hmm.
and obviously, if some person, even if a guest comes home, you expect like after they go, you give some kind of comment like, "Yaar, kitna badbad karti hai," kind of something like that. He didn't say anything. Again, for next 2 months, he went on a silent mode. And I was asking my mother, did he like? Did he not like? My mother is like, I liked him. I was like, I know you liked him, but what? Because before meeting a person, you will never come to know, and that's why that first meeting with your parents is very important when you meet them.
Hmm.
Uh, because he might have had this picture, or
Perceptions about
some
you.
guy from Andhra is trying to convince my wants to marry my daughter and all. But when he met him, he was like, "Arey, he's." I think he felt that he was very sweet and very
Hmm.
thorough with his answers and everything. Venkat used to always come to me and like, "Yeah, did uncle say anything? Did uncle say anything?" And I was also like, he's not saying anything. I guess he met my dad in September,
Ah,
uh,
during
August or September during
Ganapati.
Ganpati festival, I guess.
Hmm.
And it went on. He is not saying anything. Diwali came, and in Diwali also, I was in my room in Pune. I was just sleeping, and he just called me in when I was sleeping only that let's go to Rome. Let's go on a vacation, maybe Hyderabad. He's not also directly telling me that we have to go there and we'll meet Venkat's parents.
Hmm.
He's like, let's go on a vacation. Plan for Hyderabad this time. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god, did he just say yes? Kind of in his way. And then
Hmm.
I asked my mother, and my mother was like, yeah, yeah, he's okay. Obviously, he took 2 months for to process everything, because obviously
You need some time
he is
to
going to
yeah.
see at girls, and specifically the girls parents are very much worried, because she is going to marry into some other different caste, different state. And obviously there will be things in their mind. There will be surrounding people. There will be family members who will say, "Arey, why you are sending your daughter to so long? There are many guys there in Maharashtra only," and all that thing. So he took his good time to process everything, to make a way to answer everyone. And he was then after that, I guess he was like a strong pillar, like whoever will say anything, he was there, I will handle it kind of person. So that 2 months gap, patience we had, I guess was all worth it, because after that he was like very very
Hmm.
sure. Yes, there was no love marriage or
No, yeah,
intercaste marriage.
there was.
Hmm.
So as far as I know, I mean, this love marriage never happened in our family, and I think this was the first one. So, um, my father was so shocked, and then he he did not say anything when I said initially. So after some time, and then I asked him like, "What do you think?" I asked my mom. My mom was like, first question which she asked is like, how will she communicate with me? I don't know Hindi and she doesn't know Telugu. Then I told her like she's learning Telugu, and
And that really helped, I guess,
yes,
because I
yes.
was actually learning.
That, and then so later on, after some time, she started talking with her. So my mom also parallelly, without me telling, she herself started learning Hindi
Some
and
Hindi
some Hindi
words.
words. Some Duolingo app is there, right? So so she started learning from there, and then so they used to communicate on WhatsApp before
Yeah, WhatsApp was our main communication because it used to give some time for us to use
translate
translators.
translation. Yeah, yeah. So when I told my father, he was after asking him a couple of times, then he was like, did you tell this at her place? Did they agree or not?" So we told that her father, but he's still thinking. He not come back to us or anything like that. So it's like first let them say what they think, then we'll see. I was like, "ये क्या होता है?" you I was like, you tell your opinion, right? Why are depending on others' opinion? You tell your opinion. But he did not say anything. He said, "Let's wait." He also took his own time. Even my mother, I think she was okay from the beginning. I think mothers are sweet, so they जल्दी मान जाता है. But my father took some time. So I was asking my mother in between, "What did he say anything? Did he say anything?" So he did
Then they
not reply.
asked for my picture and all, and then he sent my pictures to them.
Hmm.
And the first thing I guess my father-in-law said was that she has a Colgate smile. She's always smiling, I guess.
So so he liked your smile. He also said like she could do advertisements and all for Colgate for Colgate ad. So Colgate brand, if you're listening, so please take her as a
Brand
ambassador.
ambassador.
Yeah.
I agree. It was not like, what I listened from your stories that, where parents are like completely opposing to this kind of situation. But yeah, for us, I think we had like really good answers to, for each and every situation. And that really helped us because we had already had a good preparation before going to parents. And that paid off, I guess.
Hmm. So my father, even though he did not ask me, he did not tell me, as this is a first love marriage happening in our family. He had his own doubts, he had his own concerns, like what other extended family members will say, what society will say, and all. But after taking some time, he really understood that if I am happy, then that's what matters to them. And
Their view was also like we are there till we can be, but after that you both have to stay together. And
yes,
if you both are not happy, how this will work? And I think that was in our relationship the biggest part and the biggest efforts that were put by was our parents also,
parents.
because you'll see the first meet, the cultural shocks, definitely they both had their own cultural shocks. And yeah, so this video is going to be very long. You have to wait for a part 2.